we've been hearing from the BBC, who are at it again. Controversy surrounding one of their presenters of MasterChef has caused outrage among middle classes and women of a certain age. I've been reading rants on the New Statesman, but what we're interested in today is the power of the internet in all of this. So we've got these allegations that are being strongly denied by Gregg Wallace, the presenter of MasterChef's legal advisors. And he's able now to represent himself. This reminds me of Prince Andrew, Emily, when he was able to sort of represent himself. Now, with Prince Andrew, it was a bit more expensive because they got Kirsty Walk-in, they got Newsnight in, they got the whole team to sort of interview him. But Gregg Wallace has been able to go on Instagram. And I've been reading that he's actually quite familiar on Instagram. He's very, very engaged with the public. He gets out there hourly, following and liking people. So they're very used to used to hearing his train of thought. How do we feel about Instagram as a media for setting the record straight?
Well, I mean, it's being used by a lot of people. And it's very powerful because it literally enables you to say exactly what you think, and it's instantly shareable. In this case, he would have been well advised not to say what was on his mind. He's created an absolute havoc.
I was actually wondering if Prince Andrew was his PR advisor at one stage.
Well, what's the problem? I mean, he's saying he's got his fans know him. It's likely that the generated remarks from his defenders classing these claims of sexually inappropriate comments are merely a group of uptight women unable to handle dad jokes.
Yeah, I mean,
he sets himself up as, I'm the bald man, I'm just the every regular guy, and we're just doing it. This is locker room talk.
Well, and it's also, I think there's a bit of class warfare in there as well, because it's middle class women of a certain age, and as the woman of a certain age on the panel today, I can say that I heard the allegations. I was like, didn't really think one thing or another. They're strongly denied. It's quite possible that he is, from a different generation. He doesn't quite get it, how younger people and women on the contestants who are in a sort of different power dynamic might take that sort of remark. I was just like, it could all be a misunderstanding. And then he did his big defence, and I was like, fuck you! Who are you to talk about women of a certain age? And I went from being like fairly ambivalent, give the guy his hearing, to thinking,
string him up.
Well,
and
what's he saying? He's saying, like, I took it like you, like women of a certain age.
Has this resonated at all in Ireland? Have you heard?
Sure. Like we get the BBC over here. I mean, if you've got a TV, you probably have access to the BBC. So obviously, I mean, it is.
Apparently, they cancelled the Christmas special because it's such an enormous deal over here. Not the allegations, but his defence on Instagram.
Well, so the thing him saying about women of a middle class women of a certain age.
No, I have less problem, I suppose, because I'm just used to class prejudice all my life. I mean, that's just baked into the British culture. We don't even find it like a racist. We just say it. It's just he's lower class, I'm upper class. But the women of a certain age. I don't understand what's being said there.
Is that he's right. There were those women making the complaints, and why? Because only those women felt that they were able to make those complaints.
Yeah. Right.
Because they are of a certain age, i.e., I've had enough of this.
Yeah.
And they're middle class, which means, i.e., I've got enough status and money behind me to be able to put myself out there. They were saying this guy's behaved inappropriately for a really long period of time, and the only people able to stand up to him were this group of women. But for him to then say,
to lose. And then for him, for me, there was what I took from it was like, oh, these women, they're jealous of my, incredible attractiveness to my riz, to the 25 and under age group. Yeah.
Well,
and
no, sorry.
They're probably a bit desperate and jealous.
This is a person who is a star. Don't forget, pussy grabbers get voted as president of the United States. This is a guy who is rewarded for his attention. He's very, very popular on TV, and he's very popular on Instagram.
With women of a certain age. age. Who's watching it? Who's watching this stuff? It's like people like me who are like into the cooking.
You have defended Gregg Wallace and the other guy as something that I should watch.
Lucian's like, this guy's a creep. I'm like, no, the cooking is great.
I'd never say that in public. Anyway, but
his opinion.
He receives constant comments about his generosity and good looks. And what I got from the implication that women of a certain age are that they're jealous because he doesn't give them the kind of attention that they actually want from him.
Yeah, I think that's how I took it. Poor old Greg. I think then that made me think, this is where I thought maybe Prince Andrew is his PR advisor.
Well, my thing as soon as he said this was, I thought, well, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Then when he said this, I thought, he definitely did.
Definitely
for sure.